All right. So one of the big issues that's happening right now is the fact that you've got two individuals, two very powerful individuals, Bill Cosby and Britney Spears. One, Bill Cosby has just been released from prison on a technicality. Um, he was accused of raping and drugging a whole bunch of women, and statute of limitations had expired on a lot of those women, but the prosecutor still went with the testimony of those women and he went to jail. And the Supreme Court said, no, you can't do that. So Bill Cosby is now a free man. Okay, that is the law. The law is the law. That's fine. But now you have another case with Britney Spears, another powerful, I would say very powerful individual who is on something called a conservatorship. Now, she was put on a little bit of background here. Britney Spears was put on a conservatorship way back in, I think, 2008, 9, 10, one of those years, where she had a mental breakdown, shaved off all her hair. I mean, Mr. Engineer, I don't know if we have any pictures of that. Britney Spears, bald as a bald eagle. I mean, she had shaved off all her head. Mr. Engineer, if you could find some pictures of Britney. Okay, I see now that we have them here. So if we could share the screen there, I mean, there she is. I mean, she had, had a bad time. She'd lost her children. She was depressed and she had a mental breakdown with her umbrella there, shaved off all her beautiful hair, going after paparazzi with umbrella. I mean, look, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't think no, it's not, I think. That is not what a conservatorship is for. As a result of her losing her children, going out of control, her father and a bunch of other people decided to put her on something called a conservatorship, which means that her father is in control of her life, her finances, and everything about her. So she's basically a child. The problem with that is that that's not what a conservatorship is for. A conservatorship is for somebody who is literally mentally retarded. Like, I'm using the medical term here. They can't even wipe their own backside. They can't tie their own shoes. They can't even feed themselves. I mean, somebody who is, and it's supposed to be temporary based on the progress of the individual, because this is the United States of America. We have America, there's Constitution, Bill of Rights, freedom. You can't just take someone's freedom away just on a whim. They have to be very seriously damaged, or they're on drugs and they have a serious drug problem. And until that drug problem has been addressed, they are put on a conservatorship to take care of them so they don't end up killing themselves. Britney Spears can wipe her own backside. She can feed herself. She's not mentally retarded. I mean, you don't become a successful superstar in the United States as Britney was by being mentally ill. Somebody who needs to be on a conservatorship would not be able to accomplish what Britney Spears has accomplished. Like I don't care what anyone says. And the judge recently said, no, you have to continue being on it. You have to continue being on this conservative. I mean, this woman is she's bordering on middle age. In fact, I would say she is middle aged. She's in her 40s, mid 40s now. This is not a young woman. She's not a teenager. She's not even a young adult. Britney Spears is a full grown woman whom, if things were going normally, she'd have her children. She'd be taking them to elementary school. I mean, this is not a young girl. She's a middle-aged woman. She's middle-aged, and this judge taking her freedom, and besides, Britney has done a lot of different things. I mean, she's hosted television shows. Isn't she like the host of there's a show that Britney Spears hosts. Let me see if I can look it up here. I can't remember it. If someone can maybe give me the name of the show that she hosted. Some dance thing or some American Idol or something. I don't know what it is. But I mean, the woman is functioning. She's in Hawaii right now with her boyfriend. I mean, and the fact that the court system is telling her, I mean, you know what's happening? Her father, Jamie Spears, is his name, is forcing her to take contraception so she can't have children. I mean, this is abusive. This is abusive, I would say. And to have someone like Bill Cosby, look, look, the thing that happened to Bill Cosby is wrong in a legal sense because the statute of limitations ran out and they still use those women to convict him, which is wrong. And they did that at the height of the Me Too movement. And it's like men were treated, it's like nobody was going to listen to men. Nobody cared about what happened to men. They just said, nope, the woman said it, she has to be believed, and lock him up. And the only reason now they're backtracking on that is because you got a bunch of liberals like Andrew Cuomo and Joe Biden who are now being caught up in the whole believe all women, and now they're backing off now. And so the legal system is backing off now because they know that it goes both ways. You see how the system is? They were so prepared to lock up every single man on earth if a woman said something just because the system wanted to bow to the feminazis and the feminists, and all men are bad and all women are good, and that's just it. But then when they started targeting the liberals like Joe Biden and Andrew Cuomo, they said, oh, no, we can't do that. It was good when y'all were targeting Donald Trump and Bill O'Reilly and Sean Hannity and all those other people. But when you start targeting us, oh no, you notice you don't hear about Me Too anymore. You don't hear about it anymore. It's gone now. It's gone. That's yesterday's news. So I'm supportive of, because you can't just lock up someone, even though I do believe Bill Cosby did it, because his demeanor tells me that he did it. And he's got this look on his face that shows, and there's a lot of evidence out there. The evidence is overwhelming. I think he's going to go answer. I don't think jail isn't the worst thing that's going to happen to him. He will burn in hell. But let God deal with Bill Cosby. But legally, they say, and I don't think there should be statute of limitations on rape and those things, but there is. And so whatever. But to have someone like Bill Cosby be released from prison on a technicality because we want to follow the law, but Britney Spears, who is not mentally ill, who's not unable to take care of herself, this is a multimillionaire who made it in the United States from nothing. I mean, this woman comes from poor Louisiana. I mean, I'm not saying she was walking around barefoot or anything, but I mean, she wasn't from a rich family. And, her and her mother, and, her, to a certain extent, her father, even though begrudgingly, helped her become a star. And she's worth millions. I mean, no matter what, Britney Spears will always be okay. She will always be fine. She's not some drug addict on the streets of Toronto or New York City or some homeless bum. No, Britney Spears will always be okay. She can afford people to take care of her. I mean, look, even if she can't wipe her own backside, she can hire someone to wipe her backside for her, okay? And I'm sure there are many people out there, especially men, a bunch of beta male orbiters who would do that willingly. So the Britney Spears will be okay. But to have Britney Spears' constitutional rights taken away from her by this low down, no good judge, when you've got Bill Cosby being released, when everybody knows he's a rapist, everybody knows that, but the evidence is overwhelming. All of Hollywood, I mean, he belongs to that Illuminati rapist organization. Everybody knows it. Harvey Weinstein, all those, everybody knows it. I think it's wrong. I think Britney Spears should take this up with the Supreme Court. I know there are many senators who are willing to help her out. I think that she's a powerful woman. I think justice will come to her. She has a loud platform. And I think this judge and all these people and her father should be careful because he could end up having to pay damages to her. So that's my take. This has been very popular in the news, And it's really upsetting that someone, an American, has their rights taken away. And you know, it's funny. This is happening to Britney Spears, but this happens to a lot of people all the time. Happens to a lot of people all the time. And I mean, we're talking about Britney because she's famous. But this happens all the time. And the same thing happens to Bill Cosby all the time. But the thing is with these famous people is that they're so famous and they're so influential that they will get justice for themselves. But we have to remember that there are many people in America and around the world, Canada, Europe, Australia, everywhere, who are going through injustices in the legal system behind closed doors. And the justice system is failed, it is flawed, it fails on a daily basis every day, and we have to do something about it. This is Arana.